Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kahalayam La Alahayanawaya, Bashim Yashai, Bashim Kadash. So double honors unto the apostles, unto the elders, our greatness. Salutation to all the Akiams throughout the four corners of the earth that push in this gospel in truth and sincerity. At calling upon the name of Yahweh Yahushai. I don't have a name for this video, but I just needed to find that through the spirit I needed to make a video. So here I am. But I wanted to go into the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. He said to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And that time to start plucking up which is planted is that time right now. The harvest is ripe. The harvest is ripe. He said a time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. Now is the time of building up. Now is the time of breaking down and building up. Because right now the house of David is being built. And the house of Esau is on its way down. Right? He said a time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend, a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. Now, our time as the children of Yasha Allah, Ya meaning Hisha meaning Prince, Allah meaning Almighty God. You put it together. He is the Prince of Almighty God, which is Yahweh Hashem Yashai. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silent. The Israelites were silent for over a number of years. We didn't know that we was the Israelites. We didn't know that we was the Israelites. Psalm 83, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. When you read Deuteronomy 32, he actually told you that he was the cause. He was the cause of us being. Let me bring that out, right? I'll go to Psalm 8. I'll come back to Ecclesiastes. I'll go to Psalms chapter 83. Psalm 83 and 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Let's go to Deuteronomy 2 and 6. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 6. Salakia. Let me just make sure that is the correct scripture. Deuteronomy 32 and 26. Salakia. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, Salakia, verse 26. He said, I said, I will scatter them into corners. I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. So is Yahweh at the end of the day who all made this happen. Yahweh who made it happen in order to refine us. In order to refine us. So let us go back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3. Ecclesiastes 3. Right? He say, and a time to speak. Now is time to speak. Now is the time to speak. Isaiah 58 and 1. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, beginning at verse 1. He said, cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness and forsake not the ordinances of their power. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approach to Yahweh. So what this is saying to you is that time where we had was to keep silent has gone. The time for us to speak is now. That is why the prophet Ali Lord, the prophets Salakia of Yahweh Shem Yashai, is coming out on the highways and byways and speaking the gospel. Because it is that time, it is the appointed time. Nothing happened before the time that Yahweh Shem Yashai has predestinated it to happen. Nothing happened before its time. Whose time? Yahweh Shem Yashai. Time is invincible to him. Time doesn't matter to him. Time matters to us. Going on to verse 8. He said, a time to love and a time to hate. We all was in that love, one love, everybody coming together and loving everybody, and India and China eating sister Ramcharan Parasad, and eating brother Wing Chun shrimps, and we were all in that order. But when we come to the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, we don't want them things no more. Those are our enemies. When you read the book of Psalms chapter 83, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult. Thine enemies, those are our enemies, those are not our friend. The Edomite, the little so-called white man who you feel is your friend, that's not your friend. At the end of the day, they were created as the wicked. They hate you. The time for us for us to be speaking that we love and you, that time has passed. For everything there is a season. The season for that is gone. What is love pursuant to the Bible? John chapter 14 verse 15, out of the same mouth of Yahushai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Love is keeping the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because it is righteousness. The second commandment is love your neighbor as you love thyself. You wouldn't rob yourself, so why rob your neighbor? You wouldn't ill-treat yourself, so why ill-treat? You wouldn't ill-treat yourself, so why would you ill-treat a neighbor? You wouldn't want a neighbor to be having sex with your wife. You wouldn't do yourself those things. You would not do yourself those things. That is love. Love is following the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yashai, because it is righteousness. That is love. That is why he said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Because the commandments is righteousness. The commandments is upright. It is the right things to do. When you go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 6, he said, this is your wisdom. Let me get that. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 6. I'll start from 5. He said, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. He said, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. That is why we're supposed to keep the commandments, because it is love. When you understand the laws, when you don't eat pork and you don't eat shrimp and you don't eat all these different things, you're loving yourself. Because you're treating your body the way Yahweh Hashem Yahushai needs you to treat it, and it's for your own good. It's for your own good. You not eating pork is for your own good. You not eating shrimp is for your own good. You not having sex with our next man wife is for your own good. It's nothing. What you think it for? It's for your own good. You all can't realize that. You all want to talk about love and love and love and God is love, but you all don't understand what is love. Love is righteousness. The only thing on the face of this earth that is righteous is the law of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Can't you all see that? Going back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate. Does the Lord hate? Yes. Malachi, let us go to the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. Let us see if the Lord really hates. Hold on. Let me get it here. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 3. He said, and I hated Esau and laid his mountain and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So yes, the Lord does hate. When would you people start realizing that these other nations are your enemies? Read Psalm 83, you'll find out all who are your enemies. Why can't you all understand who are your enemies? You're thinking that your enemies is your friend, but your enemies are not your friend. They are your enemies. If there was your friend, why are they organizing a microchip to chip the whole world? Why did they give you technology? Is to keep tabs of you. But you all don't know that, you all don't study that, you all see these things as good, but these things are not good. These things are not good. That is why when he go to the book of Matthew, I think it is, he said, he that hated his life. You have to hate your life. What is there good? What is there good in getting up every morning and have to go to work? And if you stay away from work, you have to have a proper excuse for staying away from work. Isn't that slavery? But you all still want to talk about love? This is not the time for love. This is the time for hate. This is that time. The time for that has gone. Continuing in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 5. Right? He said a time for war and a time for peace. The time for war is here. We hearing about a World War III is organizing and almost in place to happen. And you fucking Christians feeling that is a time for peace. The time for peace is gone. When the martial law comes and the mark of the beast comes, that is when you all will start and realize and start understanding and getting back the remembrance of how much these Edomites hate you Negro fuckers. They don't like us. When can you all realize that? How long would it take? If Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai was to wait for all you to get all yourselves right, how long would it be? How long would it have taken? You all would have never gotten yourselves right. You all would have never gotten yourselves right. This is the time. This is the time. People, you all mark my words, you all wouldn't believe it now. But to see when the shit hit the fan, that's when you all will realize. That is why you all will understand that a prophet was among you all. That is when you all will understand. Not now. And too late shall be the cry. Too late shall be the cry. So when all these things start to happen, then I don't want to hear all this saying that is hate. I want to hear all this saying is love. Because you all blatantly don't understand what is love. If we did love Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, we'd have keep his commandments. People don't want to be told to keep the commandments. Who wants to be told to keep the commandments? I can tell you who. The elect, they needs to be told to keep the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. That's what we need. But you two-thirds will just keep going the way you are going. Because it was predestinated by Yahweh Hashem Yahshai that two-thirds of you all must be hewn down and thrown into the fire. That is just what it is. That is what it is, and that is what it will be. Kal halayam la alahayana wa Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. So why are Yahweh Hashem Yahshai for giving us back the law? Because without the law we were dead. In the book of Ezekiel, he said, and the spirit of life entered into them, and we live. You two-thirds, you all are dead. Anybody without the law, statutes, and commandment in them, you are dead. Not literally dead, but spiritually dead. If you don't have the law, statutes, and commandments, and the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai in you, you are dead. You are dead. Thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, not me. Thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. And with that I say, Kal halayam la alahayanawa Yahweh Hashem Yahshai Hashem Makakodash. Say Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Say double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Taught well and do rule well in these times. Salutation to all the Akiam throughout the four corners of the Eratazad that preaching this gospel in truth and sincerity. Shalom to you. And until that day, when Yahweh Shai come with his million and more angels, just as you all see they're riding on that cloud, until that day, Akiams, I say Shalom Barakata. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai.